So, guys, yesterday the president did what he normally doesn't do, the interviews. And I know this is one of those things that I've been very critical of, especially when it comes to the president of the country. That man, the president of the country hardly does the interviews, he hardly talks with the media. And when he does, it's something like 20 seconds, then he's out of there. that's why. And that's why I used to say that Ramaphosa is the Joe Biden of this country. 20 seconds and they will scoop him out. It's almost as if the president is not confident to stand in front of the cameras without a script and actually address the people of this country. So, yesterday, he did this interview with SABC. And of course, I was not happy with the fact that Mzwandile Mbeje was the one that was going to interview the president, because every time when Mzwandile Mbeje interviews the president, it is a softball interview. And this interview was nothing short of that. And I found this interview to be quite pathetic. Man. I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie, man. I found this interview to be quite pathetic. But then, as somebody that has dedicated his life, guys, to present these things to you, these are just some of the things that I have to subject myself to so that I can present these things to you. It is sad, man. It is sad being in my seat sometimes. It is sad being in my seat sometimes. So I want us to listen to the president basically trying to backtrack what he said during the councillors' recall. You remember that during the councillors' roll call of the ANC, the president of this country actually told the ANC that, guys, you need to start being like the Democratic Alliance because the DA governs better than the ANC. This is basically what the president of the country said. And we saw the members of the ANC after that, man, go into television and go into radio to do the interviews to say, no, this is not what the president meant. The president didn't actually mean that the DA is governing better than us. The DA is taking the president out of context, forgetting that the whole country was watching. The whole country was watching when the president said that, man, the ANC, man, you need to learn from the Democratic Alliance. If there's one thing that we need to learn from the DA, is how the DA is governing. This is what he said. So now he is trying to backtrack. And I'm sure that he got a backlash also from the ANC that how can you say that, man, we are going to 2026 local government elections? As the president of the country, how can you actually tell South Africans to vote for the Democratic Alliance? We are the African National Congress. We are the political party of Oliver Tambo. How can you tell the people to vote for the political party of Helen Zille? So now Ramaphosa is doing the interviews, trying to do the damage control. But I think the damage has already been done. The damage has already been done. So let's listen to the president and hear what he says.
Why? Clean audits does not mean clean streets. Clean audits does not mean the best governance. It's a compliance issue. There are quite a number of ANC-run municipalities that have clean audits. Now, we need to look at this issue in a comprehensive way or in a broader context. There's the compliance issue and there's the transformative issue.
Yes.
Now, when, and I know that many people in the DA got very excited and said, yeah, the president said this. And from a compliance point of view, a number of them are. But from a transformation point of view, they are not really meeting the mark. And a number of ANC municipalities meet the mark. For instance, if you were to talk to our people in Philippi, in Delft, in Kayamandi, in Langa, they will tell you that those clean audits are not resulting in the transformation of their lives where they live, because there are enormous challenges. And this is where, say, DA municipalities must learn a lot from the ANC municipalities. It was Oliver Reginald Tambo who said, it does not mean that those who you are opposed to do not sometimes do right things. You must learn from them, because they must also learn from you. They should also come to where the ANC has led real transformation. I give you a very good example.
Yeah.
You look at Soweto today. where I grew up. The Soweto that I grew up in is very different from the Soweto of today because there's been real transformation. But if you talk to somebody in Langa, Philippi, Delft, they will tell you that Langa, Philippi, and Delft are still exactly the same way that they were in 1994. Meaning that there's been technical compliance with clean books. It has not led to clean streets. And one of the other things that I have found also with the Western Cape is that sometimes money is returned to the fiscus without having been spent. Yeah. So all in all of us need to learn from each other. Yeah. We need to learn where someone is doing good. Yeah. We must find out why they're doing good. That is exactly what O.R. Tambo taught us. He said, you must also learn from those
I think
who you oppose.
You've explained it, I think, so well here. Yeah. And at a public platform of the ANC.
Whoa, guys, before we go anywhere, Mzandile Mbeja says that the president has explained this very well. What do you mean? Because right now, the president has basically insinuated that the DA has been in charge of Western Cape from 1994. This is what the president has basically insinuated, that if you look at Soweto and look at those communities in the Western Cape, Soweto has changed, but if you look at those communities, they have not changed. And you say that the president has explained this very well. What do you mean? Because it's not like the DA was in charge of the Western Cape from 1994. And that's why I hate these interviews of the mainstream media. And that's why. And when the president speaks about transformation, what transformation are you talking about? Has the president actually visited the places where the ANC governs? Is there a single municipality where the ANC can say everything is working out well, fine? Yeah, like look at the transformation that we have made. Look at how we have transformed the lives of the people of this country. I mean, like today, as we speak, South Africans are not working. All over the country, South Africans are not working. If you take the Western Cape and you take other provinces that has been governed by the ANC, which province can you actually say that has been governed better? And now the president is telling us about transformation. How can you tell the people about transformation when their streets are filled with sewage? How can you tell the people about transformation when their streets are filled with rubbish? How can you tell the people about transformation when the whole of Gauteng is burning right now because people don't have water? And then you have the journalist from SABC saying that, no, you have explained that very well. What do you mean the president has explained that very well? I was actually waiting for him to say, but Mr. President, if we are being honest, it's not like the DA has been in charge of the Western Cape from 1994. They had to win this province from you at some point. But no, the president says that, no, compare. 1994, Soweto, 1994 in the Western Cape. This is the dishonest straight coming from the president, and the SABC is just there shilling for the president. Shilling for the president. Like, this is unbelievable, man. This is unbelievable because all of these things were broadcast on national television.
You only picked one example of the DA,
yes.
And the impression was that you felt the DA is doing better than the ANC.
No.
And that is why there was such
brouhaha.
Yes, because that's how, and especially a year before the election. So,
yes. What I'm saying,
would you have phrased it better in hindsight, given what you said?
I should have talked about the full equation. And the full equation is there's the compliance issues and there's the transformative issues.
No, Mina. Like, you cannot let the president get away with saying that the DA governs better than the ANC. How can you do that? How can you do that, man? I don't believe that sometimes we as independent media, we have to come here and correct these people because they are misrepresenting the facts. Now you are letting the president to get away with saying the DA governs better than the ANC. This is exactly what the president said. He did say that they govern better than the ANC. He did.
We control a number of municipalities. It is
hugely painful each time when the Auditor General comes to report to Cabinet and they put up their report, and those municipalities that do best are not ANC-controlled municipalities. And I can name it here because there's nothing wrong with competition. They are often DA-controlled municipalities. We need to ask ourselves, what is it that they are doing that is better than what we are doing? And there's nothing wrong with us saying we want to go and see what Cape Town is doing. We want to go and see.
But but today he's telling us that no, Cape Town is not better. No. Cape Town is not bad. Cape Town is not better. The Western Cape is not bad. And that's why the president is saying now that no, they are not bad.
What Stellenbosch is doing, how do they craft everything? We need to be moving up the ladder of being good at what we do. We cannot forever stay at the bottom. It hurts me deeply when I continue to see that our municipalities sometimes tend to move even backwards. And you are the people who can improve that. The audit outcomes are important. I'm told by the Auditor General that a number of our financial statements are not even prepared at the council level. They are prepared outside. And even as they come back, they are often wrong. Now, what it means is that we do need to get capable people. Our country is not short of people who understand numbers. It's not short of people who understand accounting. Let us go and get people who understand accounting. Unless we want the books to be cooked. And I would say, away with cooking of the books. Cooking of the books must end today. We must get people who can draft the books properly and present an audit outcome that is going to be in line with what is expected. And comrades, the other important issue.
I mean, like, this is a masterclass, man. This is this is the biggest own goal in South African politics in a long time. This is the biggest own goal. But now the president says, no, this is not what I meant. You know, man, if I were to do an interview with the president, I think I would actually do a dope interview because I would actually gather these things that he has said. I would gather the articles, I would gather the videos, man. We would sit there and we would do a podcast with the president. I would not do an interview with the president. So if somebody from the ANC is listening to me, I mean, that guy, so give me a break, man. Give me a break. I know that you no longer want Ramaphosa as the president of the country. And me, as Thomas Mabaso, I don't want Ramaphosa as the president of this country. And I know a lot of South Africans do not want Ramaphosa as the president of this country. So please hand Ramaphosa to me on a silver platter, man. Like, this is like ANC. I'm begging you guys. I'm begging you. I will chant one of those slogans of yours, guys, if I have to. Please give me Ramaphosa on the silver platter, man. Let the boy interview the president and actually get to understand what has been happening. Because if you're going to allow these people from the mainstream media, this is exactly what you're going to get. This is exactly what you're going to get. Nothing but a pathetic interview filled with softball questions. This is what you're going to get.
The ANC, you only picked one example of the DA.
Yes.
And the impression was that you felt the DA is doing better than the ANC.
No.
And that is why there was...
It is not the impression that he left. It is exactly what he said. Those are two different things. The president did not give an impression that the DA governs better than the ANC. He basically said that the DA governs better than the ANC.
Than the ANC.
No.
And that is why there was such...
brouhaha.
Yes, because that's how... And especially a year before the election. So...
Yes. What I'm saying,
Would you have phrased it better in hindsight, given what you said?
I should have talked about the full equation. And the full equation is there's the compliance issues and there's the transformative issues. And both need to go hand in hand. And when I made the example, I should have done a comprehensive one. Now, this clarifies it because we should not be fixated on one area only. When we look at the performance of our governance, we must look at it comprehensively. There must be compliance there. There must also be transformation, improvement of the lives of our people. That must also be there.
No, man, the president is simply trying to backtrack what he said. This is what he's doing. He's simply trying to backtrack what he said.
And I'm harping on this point, Mr. President, because the chairperson, before you spoke, when the members stood up and sang, he basically said, so this is what you do in councils. You sing, but capacity, dololo. And then a few minutes later, the president says, learn from the DA. So clearly, that messaging perhaps got a different taste.
Maybe you could say it got lost in translation. In the end,
No, it didn't get lost in translation, man. The national chairperson of the ANC, Gudamantashe, he told the South Africans that there's no capacity, man. There's no capacity. And now the president is speaking about compliance. So how can you expect compliance from the people that do not have the capacity? It is impossible. It cannot happen. It cannot happen, and it does not make any sense at all. That on one side you can have a bunch of incompetent people, and on the other side expect these people to comply and to know how to do compliance. They cannot work together, man. It is impossible. It cannot be done. It cannot be done. And if you look at the ANC's whole call that they had, this is what they basically told South Africans, that guys, we have actually deployed these people, and the truth of the matter is that these people are incompetent. This is what was actually communicated, not only to those councillors that attended the roll call, but it was also communicated to South Africans that, guys, we know that we have given you these people that are utterly incompetent. And this is the reason why you are living with the sewages, and this is the reason why you are living with the rubbish all over your communities, because the people that are presiding over your communities are incompetent.
all must learn from each other. And that is important. That I will say as also the President of the Republic, that there are a number of areas where good work is being done. And there are others where there is weakness. And mature people must look at both and say, how can we improve the lives of South Africans? By looking at what others do and improving on it. And it's a two-way process. It should never be anyone, say from the DA, standing on the rooftops and saying, oh, the president said this about us, and others saying, no, why did he say? It should be, this is a call for us to be sober and look at both, because if we do what Oliver Tambo said we should do, learn from everyone, then you are able to bring about changes in people's lives.
But
Man, it has been so funny watching the ANC trying to take this ball that they scored in their own net and trying to take it out. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot, man. You cannot. Man, it's been fun. It's been fun, man. And guys, I hope that you enjoy your Friday. It's Friday, man. Take it easy, guys. I know that you have been watching General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi and what has been revealed there, and it's quite depressing. But guys, remember that it is Friday. Please go out and enjoy yourselves. And what are your thoughts about what the president said, man? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye bye.